Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show.
I'm doing okay. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. The problem is, I don't think Britney is all the way gathered together. Still, you know, and I like Britney Spears, we talk about her, but you know, the whole bit about leave Britney alone, Britney is still out here, so therefore, you know, and today we have to talk about this. She wants more time with her sons. Not just more time, because that's fair. One of them is 13 and one of them is 14, all right? And these are her sons with Kevin Federline. Kevin, who has gone off and married. Kevin has a full household with his new wife, and there's 6 children that live there. So when the boys go over to see the Federlines, it's like a full situation. That's gotta be fun for kids on one hand. On the other hand, if you're used to growing up with just the 2 of you, maybe it's not so fun for them. I don't know. Back in September, a judge ruled that Britney would only be able to have her 2 sons for 30% of the time. Now, why is that? I don't know. In other words, Kevin Federline has them for 70% of the time. So Britney is insisting on going back to court to fight for 50-50 custody. Yeah. And, you know, I think that's good. You know, I think it's good. You know, the judge has got to, you know, hear what Britney has to say about this. I mean, you know, her father still has conservatorship over all of her money, which, you know, you have to wonder about that. And Britney has not been all the way gathered together since back in the day when she spiraled. So I think that the judge needs to hear what Britney says and do a full-blown investigation. Here's how it should go. Here's how it should go, right? It should go like this. He interviews the 13-year-old separately from everybody. And I mean, the judge should be there and a few social workers and, you know, some people. None of the Federlines, none of the family. The 13-year-old and the judge in a panel. And then separately, the 14-year-old, the judge, excuse me, and a panel. And then, sorry. And then, oh God. And then the 2 boys together with the judge and a panel. And they should really assess the boys from how they like schooling, what time do they go to bed, what do they do when they're off hours, how do they feel about their mom being mom being Britney, and the whole bit. And then ask about the father. When you go to see your father, Kevin, how is it? How do the other children treat you? How does his wife treat you? Where do you sleep? Do you sleep on a bunk bed, in a king-size bed, on the floor? I don't know. Britney's got this boyfriend who I was on his side. I know some people in our Hot Topics meeting were saying he looks too modelly for her. I thought that I trusted Sam. I mean, all right, he's a trainer. And they work out together a lot, you know, and Britney does like to keep herself in, you know, good formation. Britney does not look all together there. Clap if you think she looks fine. That's all I'm saying. And to the Britney, what does she call her beehive?
Her beehive? She doesn't have a name for hers.
All right, well, Britney lovers, don't come for me. I'm just analyzing this. I always feel that kids should be with their mother over the father. But in this particular case, you have to wonder why he has 70% custody still. Because that umbrella thing happened years ago, right? Mm-hmm. And, you know, Britney sure can take medication. She sure can take medication to level her out to be a reasonable mother to these kids. Well, I hate to follow this story, but you know I will. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's her new boyfriend, Sam, that's saying, Britney, let's get 50% custody. Because he's looking for, if they get 50% custody, then he's got more of an in with Britney, and then he'll get her pregnant, and then there'll be, you know what I mean? And then the 14-year-old had a fight with Britney's father, but that's that age when you start fighting the father. Now, don't be clownish. If you have sons, then you know about the time that they're 14, sometimes, moms, we gotta turn our backs on what's you know what I'm saying, on what's going on between a father and son. Meanwhile, here in New York, Tinsley Mortimer on the Housewives, she's 14 and she's gonna quit the show.
44.
She's 44. What did I say, 14?
14.
Sorry, that was the Spears boy. 14.
Right.
Okay. She's 44. She quit the show in order to keep her man. Well, she didn't really have much of an interesting plot line on the show anyway. You know, she met him on the show. This is all according to People magazine. Tinsley's fiancé, Scott Kluth, has given her an ultimatum. I can't stand an ultimatum. Like, there are a lot of ways you can pose it to somebody, but don't do or else. You know what I mean? Quit the show and we'll get engaged. Or stay on the show and lose me. Let's see. But all she ever talks about, this is her whole plot line. I want to be married, I want to have kids. I want to be married, I want to have kids. Right, lady in the front row? I mean, we don't mind that, but it becomes boring after a while. Yes. You know? So he wants her to move to Chicago. You're going to give up New York? No disrespect, Shy, but I'm just saying. So you're going to give up New York, move to Chicago, and have children. But they're rich. He's got his own money. He's some sort of tech guy. He's got his own, and she's a Mortimer. Yeah, she's knee-deep in money, her and her family. It's only a flight. You know, just back and they'll probably have an apartment here in New York, an apartment in Chicago. They'll probably raise the kids in Chicago. She'll be back and forth in New York as long as she's not on the Housewives. And you know what? This is kind of what happened to Kenya Moore. You know, with her Brooklyn man. You know, moved from Atlanta and moved to Brooklyn. The difference is that Kenya is not knee-deep in money. You know, so Kenya does not have as many options as Tinsley does, you know? Tinsley can fly back and forth, and Tinsley's mom, Dale, is hands-on, and Kenya's mom is hands-off. And Kenya's counting on that housewife money and the hairline. Well, Tinsley, I like you. I don't much care, though. Good luck. Good luck. So the Queen is warning Meghan Markle's favorite jeweler, stop it. Stop it right now. Stop using photos of Meghan to sell your stuff. So I'm like, what do you guys mean? You know, when we were talking Hot Topics this morning, what are you talking about? So apparently Meghan's jeweler's name is Jennifer Meyer. And Jennifer is the jeweler to a lot of successful women. From the Jennifer Anistons to the, you know, like all the girls. And she posts them on her website, and she's been very, very successful way before Meghan. But she was ordered to remove all of the images of the Duchess from her website. And I was like, what? She actually had them on there? You know, and then Norman was like, yeah, her and Jennifer Aniston. I was like, Meghan Markle is no Jennifer Aniston. Okay, once she said I do,
Yeah.
no, we can be friends, Jen, and you can give me jewelry or buy jewelry or whatever, just don't put me on your website, because that puts me in the category of being just another Hollywood actress. You know, and I am the Duchess. And for me, I would say this even before the Queen had to jump in. Like, I would say this to all my friends. You know, we're hanging out together, Serena, you know, we're playing bid whist, it's midnight. We're drinking wine and having a good time. They want to start taking selfies. Okay, you all, don't put me on any of you all's websites. I'm still Meghan. I mean, I'm your girl, but, you know, some things have changed. Maybe I should just take one to the head. I apologize. Ugh, Celine Dion, boy, oh boy. No, it's even worse than that. Celine has her whole team worried. And you too, when I tell you what's going on. Okay, so you know she put out this new album, Courage. Has anybody in the audience participated in this album? Clap if you have it. Okay, well, this is why. Oh, God. Okay. It debuted at #1, which was fantastic. You know, she still got it. But it made history by falling out of the top 100. The following week, it was down to 107.
11.
And it's 111 in 1 week. That's a free fall. I'm not laughing at her, but just the idea that, how do you go from #1 to number 111 in 1 week? Well, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that she was presumptuous for thinking that people care about her new music. I constantly tell these artists, we don't care about you. A lot of you, like, we don't care about the new music. We want to see you do your old music. Like, yeah. Because I think a lot of the original fans get stuck in their ways, like you all are still singing the Titanic song and other stuff like that. Like, you're so busy, we're so busy adding our checkbooks and taking care of our lives and figuring out our own lives. We don't want to learn new music, even if we love the artist. I mean, I say the same thing for people like Mary J. Blige, not for nothing, Jennifer Lopez. You know what I mean? It's like, just give us the oldie moldies and let us rock. Now, according to Page 6, a lot of sources in her camp are blaming her backup dancer turned creative director, Pepe Munoz. He's gay, he's not, yeah. He's like a bestie. People are saying that Pepe's been firing a lot of people close to Celine and isolating her and making poor decisions on her behalf. Well, you know, Renee, her husband, is gone now. And she was, oh. Renee is gone though, and you know, Celine had been with him since she was like 8 years old. You know, so, no, you laugh. But she missed a lot of, you know, being a young woman and, you know, zipping it and zooing it. So now with Renee being gone, Pepe is the one who's telling her, it's time for you to embrace young. It's time for you to, you know, swing your hips and have a good time. And her camp is really concerned about that. Well, you can be concerned, but one man can't be blamed for that free fall. You know what I mean? And Celine is a grown woman. And she is more than capable of making her own decisions. If she's choosing that, I don't believe she's being brainwashed. If she's choosing for this man to be her bestie, fine. You know, I'm sure she's not just sitting there and letting him run her empire. I refuse to believe that. I refuse. Well, Celine, good luck, but you know, the Wendy watchers are the tastemakers, and not one person clapped that they have your album. So you shouldn't be sad, because guess what? I bet you these same people have purchased your music in the past. Clap if you have. There you go. Oh. R. Kelly. Okay, so R. Kelly's other girlfriend is speaking out. Now, we talked about one the other day, this one in the back, but now we're talking about the one in the front with the blue shirt. Well, she's 21 and has reportedly moved out of R. Kelly's condo. And don't clap too soon. Hold on. Because she just launched a weekly YouTube show documenting her daily life, showcasing her singing. She's giving fitness tips and makeup tips. But guess what? She's still with R. Kelly. Norman, you said you were going to watch.
Absolutely, I'm gonna watch this. This poor little dumb girl. No, I feel bad for her.
Why?
I feel bad
she's 21.
for her. Well, also, she's hypnotized by this monster still.
How do you know she's hypnotized? How do you know that that she's hypnotized?
Because I saw the documentary. I know he hypnotizes girls, and I know, and I saw her on the interview yelling at people, you know. But if she's gonna put it out there on YouTube, then
You're obligated?
logging in.
Research for the show.
Right.
Thank you, Norman,
Right.
for not wasting the rest of our time.
Right.
All right, so R. Kelly, by the way, was supposed to appear in court in Brooklyn next week. But you know, he's afraid to fly. He believes he can fly, but he's afraid to fly. So, now I remember him telling me this several times, that he takes buses and things like that. He does not like to fly. So, the judge is allowing him to appear via video conference. See, I wouldn't. Like, the spectacle of it all. He's in Brooklyn, he's in the court, paparazzi's outside, people are sitting in the courtroom looking at him like, That'd be a good one. All right, so he's gonna be on a video conference and he's defending himself against all the wrong that he's been accused of. And when is he going to jail? Like, when can this just be over with? Okay. The downward spiral of Mama June continues. Oh, she was right there, you all, at one point. She lost the weight. She's taking care of her daughters. She got with Gino. People were cheering their relationship. But then something terrible has happened. A toothless Mama June and her no-good boyfriend Gino. But she looks good. Were spotted by TMZ checking out of an Atlanta hotel last week. Now, the week before, they were spotted at a casino in North Carolina. Yeah. June and Gino have been living from hotel to hotel for the past few months. She has not seen Honey Boo Boo or any of the family. And when she smiles, all you see is gap tooth. Gap tooth. I mean, between the crack and the gambling, it's no one's fault but her own. And she has everything to lose. Do you think she's been hypnotized?
She's been hypnotized by something. Probably not someone, but something.
Drugs?
Allegedly.
Well, Honey Boo Boo is living with her sister. and Mama June is nowhere around. And Honey Boo Boo's seeing all this unfold. I don't think that there's any way to get to Mama June. Gino has sucked the relationship with her kids, the relationship with her money, and the relationship with us right out of her, and her looks.
Looks.
Well, no, she looks good.
Right, yeah.
Anyway, everybody, get in a good spirit. We've got more great show for you. Up next, the after. Aldous Hodge is here. So grab a snack.